Arewa Women for Atiku. Gaskiya Youth Forum. I said it was for me to come. Sir?
Haji Atiku Abubakar. Your Excellencies,
with our aspirant, we have been looking forward to seeing this kind of a meeting. I would therefore wish to thank you all for those of you who traveled far and near at a very short notice, because I know that some of you got this invitation even yesterday because of the problem of network. The committees are appreciative of your efforts, and we pray that whatever we are going to learn here in this interactive session will be a driving force towards our desired destination. This destination was what we have been looking for, what we have been working for in the last few years. By the grace of God, this is the time. I would therefore wish to welcome you once more and ask you to be patient in whatever we are going to do in this journey. It's not going to be very easy, it's going to be very tough, but in these tough people to do a tough job. I want to thank you most sincerely, and I hope that whatever we're going to learn here will be of great importance. Thank you very much.
thank you very much. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. Thank you. You may have your seats.
Government. Our heartfelt solidarity will continue to go to the youth, men and women of Nigeria who have continued to have their strong sense of unshaken faith in the ability of our principal to steer the ship of state and look forward with zeal for the emergence of a brand new Nigeria with one people, one nation, and one future. This onerous desire has sustained your indelible dedication and commitment to this cause, especially in the first 3 years working with us in the Atiku support organization, also in all the nook and crannies of Nigeria. The impending victory belongs to all of you. We must therefore work assiduously and relentlessly to achieve our common goal of ensuring the emergence of His Excellency Atiku Abubakar as the PDP presidential flag bearer, and finally as a president and commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The importance of unity amongst all support groups cannot overemphasize. Ask any political or bureaucratic leader what is it that most hides their capacity to achieve, and they will silently include in their answer a reference to disunity. Clearly, it makes planning more complicated and delivery more difficult. Support groups leaders need to know that they have support of their colleagues, as well as all others who maintain positions of leadership. It adds strength to leadership and increase the time available to properly plan and implement policy. It improves the chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters.
Okay. It improves the chances for evidence-based decision-making and reduce the temptation for special deals and short-term fixes, since our collective purpose is to win for our principle. We must open our channels of communication and interaction. We encourage the harmonization of ideas and differences. More importantly, transparent understanding and cooperation. We are lucky that we have stood united and unshaken for our principle. Unity is, however, something that has to be worked For in the real world, motto of our political leaders need to be assume differences and even complete, but seek cooperation. Thank you all for coming. We thank you. We thank our Excellency for answering our calling to contest and declare his intention. Thank you all. In God we trust.
Thank you, Alhaji Kabir Babao, Director General, Atiku Support Organization. Thank you. I will now.
The incoming President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 2023, the Waziri of Adamawa, His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, my dear leader, the Chairman of TCOM, my father, my advisor, Chief Dr. Raymond Okwesi. I would also like to recognize my another father that dragged me into this, Mr. Nadia Duma, the Director of Support Groups, Ladimeji Fabi, our mother, Hajia Barakat, and Professor Maxwell Gidado. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I think I'm the most happiest person today because if you could remember immediately after the High Court verdict, when they stole our mandate, we took it upon ourselves and we traveled, we crisscrossed all the 36 states, trying to continue protecting the value and interest of His Excellency, the former Vice President, extending his care to the less privileged, and also talking to most of the support groups. And we had promised you that by the special grace of God, at the appropriate time, His Excellency will declare his interest to contest for the presidency of this country, and Alhamdulillah, he has done that. Your Excellency, we most sincerely appreciate you for that. Mine, I think, is just a word of encouragement and advice, because I know as young people that truly believe in the cause of this country, we cannot be able to allow these desperate power hunters to continue managing the affairs of this country beyond 2023. If we do that, Nigeria will certainly disintegrate. And this is a project that we call it a Nigerian project. It is a project that His Excellency, our father, cannot do it alone. We, his heirs, cannot do it alone. But it has to have this collective responsibility from people of like minds across Nigeria. So I want to call upon you to remain steadfast, to continue working for your future. Let's salvage Nigeria from our current state of mess. You all agree with me that as it stands now, Nigeria is bleeding. Nigeria is in a total state of mess. We need a unifier. We need a transformer. We need a very, very professional pilot to come and man the affairs of this country. As I have been advocating, Nigeria is our country. We don't have any other place like Nigeria. And I think as Nigerians, it is a high time for us to come out and say no to these desperate power hunters who have succeeded in killing the economy. They have failed the nation in terms of the economy. They failed the masses in terms of infrastructure. And they failed the youth in terms of motivation. By the special grace of God, His Excellency is here. We are going to try again. We strongly believe in his capacity. When you look at his past and present antecedents, you will believe with me that from among all those that are interested in managing the affairs of this country, we have never seen a tested and trusted leader like His Excellency, the former Vice President. Without wasting most of your time, I would like to thank our leader, Mr. Nadia Duma, and Oladimeji Fabi for successfully organizing this program. I'm very happy and I'm overexcited. Thank you so much. May God see us through. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Aliu bin Abbas for that wonderful speech. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen,
PDP! Atiku! PDP! Atiku! Nigeria! Atiku! I hope we are not hungry. I can't hear you. From the far end. Atiku! Nigeria! Nigeria! Atiku! Nigeria! Atiku! Nigeria! Atiku! Atiku! Nigeria! Good afternoon, Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in waiting, good afternoon, dear delegates of the various support groups converged here this afternoon. I will stand on existing protocols because I'm aware of the fact that His Excellency has back-to-back meetings this afternoon. I'll be fast. Let me thank you all for the humongous support you have been giving to the team set up by His Excellency to canvass support across the country. You all have played a very, very great role for which we are very, very grateful. You all have made humongous sacrifices to see that we have gotten to where we are, but we still have a lot of work to do. We are going to be calling on each and every one of you to still continue to make these sacrifices. And by the special grace of God, your sacrifices will be rewarded very, very shortly. Yeah. The first challenge that we have before us is the forthcoming primaries scheduled for 28th, 29th of May. We have less than 50 days to that national convention. I hear this afternoon the report of the zoning committee has been presented at about 2 o'clock. That's just about 1 hour, 1.5 hours ago, if I may say. So the NEC should be meeting very shortly to look at that report and take a final decision on that. But here, we strongly believe we have the most formidable, the most competent, the most capable, to really lead this country out of the quagmire that we are in. Yes. We are very clear in our minds that the APC, while they were coming into power, said they wanted to deal with 3 major issues. The first issue was the issue of corruption. As of today, we are very clear that Nigeria, going by the Transparency Index, is more corrupt than it was in 2015. Yes. They said they wanted to deal with the state of the economy. We are today borrowed, we have borrowed 50 trillion naira, and they said that by the end of May next year, it will be about 55 trillion. Nigeria has not been as borrowed as this. They said they were going to deal with insecurity. Trains were attacked. Our children are still kidnapped. People were kidnapped from the train of last week. Still yesterday, some villages were attacked and people kidnapped. The level of insecurity has never been at this level. We were told, we know very well, that this country has not been as divided as it is today. The country is bleeding. Every area you look at it, It is not a position that is meant, the office of the president is not a position that is meant for learner drivers, for untested persons, for inexperienced persons. We have in our own candidate that we are presenting to the Federal Republic of Nigeria the best of the best. Even critics, his greatest critics, including our dear former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, has agreed that this is the man that can save and salvage Nigeria at this point. So you support groups, I want to assure you that you have a product that we are counting on you, that you will take to the nook and crannies of this country to market and sell. I want to urge you, I want to plead with you that the next 45, 50 days will be compelling time. It will be time that all of us have to get out, roll up our sleeves, and run around this whole country and looking for the delegates of the People's Democratic Party. The time has not come for general campaigns yet, but we need to work on our delegates. We count on you that the way you have worked all along, you will be able to achieve still better results. We pray that God help each and every one of you and each and every one of us to attain that goal. Thank you for coming. God bless you.
We can do better, ladies and gentlemen.
Three.
As one,
We can get it done.
Say that, as one.
We can get it done.
With Atiku.
We can get it done.
With Atiku.
We can get it done.
With all of us.
We can get it done.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Your Excellency, Atiku Abubakar, MAGCON, the Waziri Adamawa, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 to 2007, and the PDP presidential candidate in 2019. And by the grace of God, PDP presidential candidate in 2023 and incoming president of this great country. My father, the enabler of the youth. My father, the lover of women. My father, the father of Nigeria. I welcome you today, sir. I want to, because of time, stand on all the existing protocol. Before I do that, let me recognize the chairman of TCOM, High Chief Raymond Dokasi, who had led the team that has told the entire Nigerian that Atiku is in the race. Atiku is just not in the race. Atiku is in the race to win. High Chief, on behalf of all our support group, we thank you very much. Because of the time factor, I'll quickly limit myself to 3 items. But before that, let me thank Kabiru Babao for specifically talking on the unity of the groups. You have made a very valid point. I thank you very much for talking in that direction. Let me equally recognize Aliu bin Abbas, who spoke on the strength and the capacity of our groups to help, to support, to aid His Excellency in rescuing this country. Aliu Abbas, thank you very much. The man I call the encyclopedia of Atiku political family, Dr. Natia Duma, I thank you very much for your leadership. Mama, I thank you for standing with us. Thank you very much. I want to talk about 3 things quickly. And the first one has to be with why we brought you here. It's no more news that we are going into an election. And this election, whether anybody likes it or not, it can be likened to a war. We have a government in place who wants to tenaciously hold on to power, who do not want to do. And we have a man in Atiku who is ready to rescue Nigeria from the brink of precipice. So you are brought here today, first, for you to be able to key into the vision of this campaign. We do not want any of us to be out there and be doing things differently from what the direction of this campaign is meant to be. This is very, very critical. It is critical to the extent that we must, at all times, those of us who call ourselves leaders of support groups that are here, we must speak in one voice at all times. The messages of this campaign are very clear. The policy choices are very clear. The vision of His Excellency for this country are very, very clear. So all of us at our various domains must be seen and must be talking in the same manner, in the same message, because that is what they want to hear. So for me, I want to tell you that you must engage in robust campaign that is based on idea. You must engage in campaign that is based on value, that would clearly separate our principal from other aspirants. Let's do this. When I say while Atiku is working, some are beefing. While Atiku is working, some are beefing. While Atiku is working, some are beefing. Say some are gambling. While Atiku is working, some are gambling. Their gamble will never take them to the villa. Atiku that is working will want to get to the villa. There's a wide gap in no ramification between our principal, our candidates, and any other person in terms of network, in terms of acceptability, in terms of capacity, in terms of experience. Think about it. So we are not on the same league with them. I will never be on the same league with them. That is the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say has to do about his policy choices. When you look at this, we have what we call AA policy choices. Those of us who are at the declaration and those of us who were watching at home, we remember that moment when His Excellency reeled out his policy choices. It is called Unity Seed. I want you to go home with that today. When you go, we are going to get across to you so that this is what you'll be telling them, that we are prepared. We are much more prepared. Atiku is much more prepared than anybody. It's called Unity. Why U stand for unity. S for security. E for economy. Another E for education. And D for devolution of powers. Can anybody tell me these are not the challenges of the reality of our challenges? No, these are the policies that will adequately address the problem of this country. It's called Unity Seed. How did I call it? Unity Seed. For you to be able to understand and assimilate. When they ask you what are the things your boss, your principal is talking, just tell them Unity Seed. It's easier for you to understand. It stands for unity. All of us here know that we don't have any other unifier in this country more than His Excellency Atiku. Say the unifier. Unifier. Atiku the unifier. Atiku the unifier. Atiku the unifier. Atiku the unifier. So these are the things you are going to go home with today so that you can begin to speak to the people, to the conscience of the people, so that they will know that we are adequately prepared to rescue Nigeria, that Atiku is adequately prepared to rescue Nigeria. The last thing I'd like to say is to let you know that the support group, as approved by Excellency, has developed a new structure for the management of the support group. And quickly let me tell you this so that you can go home with it. What we are going to do now, in your various states, there will be teams that will be responsible for the management of the groups. And it is this team that will be working with you seamlessly in your states. There will be a very lean management structure in Abuja because we want to emphasize the issue of national. The last experience was not too palatable. So we have tried to change the strategy because we have a new strategy to win the next election. So in your various states as leaders of groups here, we will send you the names and contacts of those who are the managers of support group in your various states, because we don't want to trouble you coming to Abuja every time. So at the national, just few members will be taking decisions and programs and be passing it across to you. That's what I want to tell you in terms of, and finally, I want to charge you to do something. You go out there, let them know that Atiku Abubakar already has 12 million votes in his pocket. They don't like to hear it, but tell them that Atiku already has over 12 million votes in his pocket. Tell the party that if truly the PDP wants to return to power in 2023, Atiku is the answer. Let them know. Let them know. Let the Nigerians know that if they want this country to be rescued, the only man that fit the bill is Atiku Abubakar. Let them know that Atiku is coming and Nigeria is coming. Let them know that Atiku is saying one people, one future, one country, and together, let's do it together. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Oladimeji Fabi.
The role of support groups in delegate mobilization for AA's campaign in 2022 PDP primary election. First of all, let me say that I welcome all of you to today's program. Let me also thank you for your unflinching support right before, during, and after 2018 to 2019 elections. I wish to reiterate the fact that you are appreciated by our principal and the president in waiting by the grace of God, and by us all at APCO. I thank you for deciding to be on the path of progress rather than division and backwardness. Since 2019, times have moved on. Times have changed for the worse, and the challenges have become numerous. Therefore, the focus has become more complex and complicated for our leaders to tackle. But one thing I can confirm to you is that the youths remain a center point in the policy direction of His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. For so many years, you have been yearning for a chair at the table of political decision and participation. You have struggled to get the Not Too Young to Run bill signed. However, most of you do not seem to have the political currency. You do not have the economic currency. Neither do you have the communications currency. And you do not have the judicial currency to get you a seat at the table of political decision making. For these reasons and many more, I would like to confirm to you that you have no better ambassador to drive this bill than His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. AA has since demonstrated working with the youths, serving in key political positions, giving them a voice when nobody was ready to listen to them, promoting them to the zenith of high political responsibility, even when nobody believed in their capacity to deliver. Many young people served as his special assistants when he was the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. AA has always been a front runner in propelling the younger generation into positions of influence and power. People like Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, Mr. Charles Soludo, Nasir El-Rufai, and even Oladimeji Fabi right here became the chief accountant of the biggest party in West Africa, PDP, at the age of 27 through AA's discovery and recommendation. Although you are not where you want to be yet, your continuous support for AA would be your shortest and supersonic conveyor to the promised land. This is because you don't need to preach to the already converted. He already knows how and has always been ready to make you stakeholders. AA has already declared that, as always, his policy will be worked to reflect the realities and possibilities of the current time, that the youths are more agile, creative, and conversant with contemporary opportunities and challenges. Therefore, we can say that the youths have become a necessary ingredient in the journey to unite Nigeria and make it economically viable and more secured. His Excellency AA has also declared that his administration is going to be a transition of power from the senior generation to a younger generation. A support for AA presidency is the shortest way to own the crucial currency for the youth to get to the table of decision making and therefore become real stakeholders. This is the very reason why delegate hunting on behalf of AA has become imperative to every forward-thinking and progressive youth. It is no longer an option. The presidential party primaries is coming up on the 28th and 29th of May 2022. And it is the first step in the process of selection of the PDP party flag bearer for the 2023 presidential elections. Just like our party, the PDP, most political parties have opted for the indirect primary system of selection for the party's flag bearer. This is a system of representation through delegates. These are people elected at the various cadres of the party organs or constituencies who then come to the National Convention to elect on behalf of their constituencies the person whom they believe is most likely to emerge victorious during the forthcoming general elections in 2023. At this point, we need to ask ourselves a question. Are we looking at electing a candidate with a coloration of region, religion, ethnicity, or money? Or are we looking at electing a candidate with competence, capacity, vision, experience, and most likely to win the general election so that all party members can enjoy the benefits of power? By implication, it means that we must not just elect anybody we like, but we must put forward our Ronaldo, our Messi, because we are going out to score the final goal. Without winning, all that the youth anticipate may not become a reality. This is why I believe the role of support groups is very key to the successful outing we intend to have for 2022 primary elections. You should be our foot shoulders. We anticipate that a little over 3,596 delegates are going to participate in the exercise. Support groups can help to actualize our victory through, number one, some of your members becoming national delegates themselves at the local government areas. And the election is coming up on the 29th of April. Two, some of your members can become candidates for the State House of Assembly or National Assembly elections after emerging winners at the primary elections for these seats. Three, some of your members can become Guber candidates or deputy Guber candidates in your respective states. Four, by encouraging and winning over the vote of successful delegates, including statutory delegates to the National Convention, which include all serving and former governors and deputies, National Working Committee members, serving and former presidents, current members of the State House of Assembly and National Assembly, BOT members, former NWC members, former presiding officers and State Houses of Assembly, former principal officers of the National Assembly, state working committees, elected zonal working committees, all elected local government chairmen, all elected party chairmen, one physically challenged state delegate. Number five, you can also help our mission by mapping of the delegates through your friends, parents, religious leaders like imams, pastors, etc., including people they hold very dear to their heart, so that they can convince them to come our way through sharing the vision of AA. As a person who has done a lot for our party, the PDP, right from inception, a person who believes in one people, one future, one country, Nigeria, a unifier, an experienced person who has given over 36,000 jobs to Nigerians and will do more. A person who is ready to give all to ensure the safety and security of our lives and properties, which is the real essence of government. AA is a symbol. AA is a product, a sellable product. By becoming members of the various convention committees or through your friends in the various convention committees to be set up. This way, you can help to ensure that the process becomes transparent and strictly according to the rules. That is to say, if you see something, say something. I want you to regard this crusade for AA's success first at the convention as a share purchase, whose dividend will surely come. Once the victory is secured at the general election, we must know that this can only be possible when AA wins. A victory for AA is a victory for all of us. In conclusion, we at the Directorate of Delegates Mobilization and Management are ready to receive any information that you may find useful for this mission. Through the Directorate of Support Groups, we have initiated a just report system, which means once we are very sure and convinced of a delegate buy-in, you confide in your director, Mr. Fabi Oladimeji, so that we can count you amongst those who delivered, and you shall be appropriately rewarded. We sincerely believe in your ability, in your capacity, in your competence and readiness in making this mission a success. Therefore, let's continue to keep our eyes on the ball, believing in the fact that we will get it, and so we can become one people, one future, one country, Nigeria. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Baraka Sani. Your Excellencies, distinguished, invited leaders of boss and business magnates.
The chairman of TICO, Dr. Raymond Dokpesi, Engineer Jide and Deniji, Dr. Baraka, other members of TICO, leaders and members of support groups, or you want me to call Atiku support groups? Yes. I would like, first of all, to start with an apology because I came late. I was locked down in another meeting, and the meeting lasted, then I thought it was going to last. So I do apologize for my late arrival.
Apology accepted.
100%. This meeting is unique. Somebody said it, in the sense that we didn't have it before, during the last outing, 2018, 2019. That means we are getting more organized and we are getting more experience. Not so? So I really commend you for that. And your role in the last elections, 2018, 2019, was phenomenal. And we do appreciate that. But I believe as we approach the next elections, your role, in fact, is going to determine the outcome of the elections. You are the winner. Because I can see that you are getting more organized, you are getting more focused, and you are getting to know what you want.
Fight for our right.
Yes, indeed. And the role of the support groups is extremely important in this political process. One thing I have noticed since the process started, I have noticed that more young people have decided to participate in the political process than before. In other words, I have received in my residence hundreds of young men who are either running for state assemblies or running for House of Reps or running, in fact, even some running for governors. Some of them as young as my own kids. Yes.
We are ready, Daddy. We are there for you every day.
And I am very, very impressed with your interest and your determination. But it is not going to be easy because it is a competition for leadership. Yes, I also started as young as some of you in my late 30s. To run for governor alone, I ran 4 times before I could eventually get elected. 4 times. So you need to be determined, you need to be consistent, and you need to be courageous. Of course, our own era of politics started with fighting the military to return the country to democracy. Not fighting to be elected to be anything but military, go, we don't want you. Military, go, we don't want you. And some of my contemporaries, of course, lost their lives. Even the man who recruited me into politics told us that. When he assembled us, he said, look, what we are about to begin doing may take us 5 years, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years. Some of us may not even live to see the country return to democracy. And he was one of them who never lived to see the country return to democracy. So these are challenges you will face in the process of democracy. But you are lucky. You are lucky in the sense that we have restored democracy. Democracy has now been in this country for 20 years. So you don't have any man with gun to fight against. We fought against people with guns, and we had nothing. So I want to encourage you, and I also want to commend your determination, having seen what is going on now. So many young men and women are participating in politics, and means strengthening our democracy, means developing our democracy. Because the more young men and women participate, the more enlightened leaders emerge. Because most of you are graduates, and therefore we expect that having been graduates, you will provide a more credible, more enlightened leadership to the people of this country. Yes, sometimes I get disappointed. I get disappointed sometimes because I say, how come the people who govern us in the First Republic immediately after independence have done better than what we are doing now? And they were not as educated as we are. I now realize that times are changing and values are changing. Even our cultures are changing. They are being infiltrated, they are being diluted, and so on and so forth. You have a responsibility as young men and women to make sure that these values are returned to our society, and we form governments that are responsive to the yearnings of our own people. Not just about ourselves. I met an elderly person whom I have not known before, and he said he was a member of the House of Representatives in the Second Republic during Shagari's time. And his father was an emir. And now he has succeeded his father. He is now an emir. He is from one of the northern states. Very, very, very close and intimate to our current president. And he told me a story. He said he walked up to the president and said, look, you know what? I have been very, very close to you all these years, but next election, I'm not going to vote anybody except Atiku. Then the president said, why? He said, well, at this time, what is Atiku looking for? House? No. Car? No. Aeroplane? No. Wives? honestly, this is the direction I'm going to go. So, young men and women, it is my pleasure to hand over to you. But before I hand over to you, I have to train you. Yes.
Follow who no road. Are you not the road?
So I want to commend the organizers of this forum, and it's just a pity that I came late and will not have time to stay and have more of interactive sessions, you know, with you. If there are some who may have questions or comments because of other engagements. But I believe this is the beginning. This is the beginning, and I think it's a very good beginning. I want to commend those who have organized. We should be able to have more of these interactive sessions so that we can impart onto you our experiences and how we can motivate and train you, you know, to step into our shoes as we retreat.
Exactly, my leader.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And God bless you all.
God bless you too, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Incoming. President in waiting. Please, you may have your seats, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Chief, I love you because you love
Wike again. Today, Atiku incoming technology fixer.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to...
1999 to 2007, he was the chairman of the Economic Council. And everybody saw how Nigerian economy grew. The educator is not just an ordinary politician. In Yola in those days, APT, primary and secondary school, was the best.
Exactly.
When you take your children there, you are getting a brand new children back. Today we have American University of Nigeria, which is one of the best. Yes. I don't want to serve as if you are doing eye service. No, it's the best private university in Nigeria. True. He is an encourager of the youth. Yes, it's true. And that is why he's encouraging each and every one of you that are here. I happen to be one of the youths that he encouraged. He is a bridge builder. Yes. The successful entrepreneur. The successful family man. This is the only politician I have ever seen. That all the children, you can never see one that is Indian and smoker. You can never see one that will be riding this their bicycle. Woo! And they will fall and die. Very disciplined family. And when you have a disciplined family, you have a disciplined nation. He is a tested and experienced driver. Nigeria today is a brand new limousine. If you have a limousine, brand new one, will you give a lana? No. Will you give a drunk? No. There are some people today, they want to be president of Nigeria. 30 years whiskey. 1.5 million is what they are drinking. He is a creator of wealth. Is the original securer, the anointed ruler. So on behalf of TICOM, we want to thank you very much for coming for this particular occasion. And we want to thank our TCOM chairman. He is an encourager of the youth also. And is the one that, even though an engineer, he speaks like a lawyer. God bless you. We want to thank my dearly beloved brother. He has been my brother for almost 40 years now. Dr. Nat Yaduma. We want to thank Baraka Sani, the correct delegate director. All correct. We want to thank my younger brother, Oladimeji Fabiyi. He's a correct organizer. Because what he has organized today, we were all happy. We want to thank my dearly beloved brother, Professor of Law, SAN. When I was director of civil engineering for Adamawa State, he was our Attorney General. And he really performed as Commissioner of Justice that time. God bless you. I want to thank the man.
Atiku! 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 I can't hear you. Atiku! Thank you. Please, let's settle down. Kindly sit. Second session of this event starts in 5 minutes. Second session starts in 5 minutes. Please take your seat. Inshallah. I'm a national delegate.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.